Hey, grace and peace, everyone. This is Charles here with it's been a while, your midweek recharge. We're really excited to be back after a little bit of time off, but grateful to be back. And so this week I want to talk to you about here's a big word, a big theological word, proto-evangelium. Proto-evangelium. What in the world, bots? Midweek recharge, and you're giving us theological words. Well, this will be good, and it'll be quick. So, proto-evangelium is the declaration. It's the promise that God makes in Genesis chapter 3, verse 15, where after Adam and Eve partake of the fruit, they're in the garden and they experience shame for the first time, and God comes across Adam and Eve where they've now covered themselves, and God asks a question that God knows the answer to: did you eat? And they go into doing the blame game, and so God makes some declarations, and I think mistakenly we look at God's declarations and we kind of focus on things like that food and provision is now going to be the result of labor and toil, of hard work, that you now have to work for your provision in a way that Adam and Eve didn't have to work previously, that there's going to be now contention between Adam and Eve and between the man and a woman when it comes to conception and childbirth. And I've actually done a preaching series where that kind of declaration is actually less about labor pains, and it's more about some of the contention, some of the animosity that comes from conception, from procreation, the act of procreating. But there's also then the promise that God makes. God declares that there would be enmity, there would be contention, there would be war between the seed of the woman and the seed of the serpent, and the seed of the woman would crush the head of the seed of the serpent, and the seed of the serpent would bruise the seed of the woman's heel. That's proto-evangelism, that declaration. And what you need to know about that is that Jesus was promised from the very beginning, that at the first moment where humanity fails, God didn't offer condemnation. God didn't offer punishment. The first time humanity fails, God offers love and grace. So my challenge to you this week is to consider how often you offer grace and love when those around you may fail, when those around you may fall short. Is your first reaction, like mine, to go to consequence and condemnation? Or can we be like God and show grace and love? Proto-evangelism. Let that, proto-evangelium, let that be your recharge.